morning, world. Dave here with Affordable Door and Gates. Want to hear a story? Just cruising down the road right now, heading out to my vendors. Nobody's fault. Somehow some parts got mixed up. So either way, we got to fix it, right? It comes on us as the contractor. So we'll have extra of one part, and it's for a fence job. I've been working on. Anywho, I figured I'd do a little story. I was going around a bend on the highway here, and I was thinking to myself, I remember, these are the things that I kind of talk about, why you might want to consider a different career. As a business owner, you when you have many years under you like I do, there's a ton of things you learn about. So we were going down the highway, and this was in the wintertime. It was right in between, we're kind of getting a few nights of good frost or freezing weather and snow, and it wasn't, we had maybe about 6 inches, 8 inches of snow, I don't know, somewhere in there. But anyways, I don't remember why. We were probably doing stuff for Lowe's. We did a lot of, you know how it is when you get older. And you get these things, called these gray hairs, you get wiser, and you look back and you laugh and you go, man, I was stupid. Why was I doing what I was doing? But anyways, we were going around, and I had a guy driving because I was so busy, just so busy, man. I had to be on that phone, and I think I was doing secretarial work too at the time. So I was answering the phone, dealing with customers. We're pointing away from town. People are calling us back in town. We're heading out of town to go do jobs that are for, I know one of them was for Lowe's or whatever. But anyways, so we're driving around this bend, right? And I remember the guy I was working with, it was almost like he was thinking, I need to drive fast because we got to get things done. And yes, I like to move in a rapid pace. That's just how I am. I'm high anxiety, and I understand not everybody is, and I respect that. And sometimes I'm a little bit bitter that they can do that because it's just built into me. So we're going around this bend, and I remember watching the car it was like a Crown Vic. One of those Ford Crown Vics, like the police cruisers, but it was like the Mercury one or whatever. It was more decked out a little bit, had more bells and whistles. And I remember I'm looking ahead, and I'm like on the phone, and I'm watching that car start to sway because it's rear-wheel drive, right? We don't have many rear-wheel drive cars anymore. So that car's starting to sway, and my eyes are just about ready to pop out of my head because I know what's going to happen. This car is going to do something we're going to impale it. It's going to wipe out in front of us. We're going to plow into it, T-bone it. I don't know what's going to happen. Something's going to happen. And I remember the car swerved, and he was trying to keep it, or her, whoever it was trying to keep it on the road, as hard as they could. And I just thought, and it's sad to say it, but I was just doing like please let it go into the ditch. Let it go into the ditch. That's going to be the safest for everybody. Because I knew my guy that was driving wasn't going to be able to react quick enough. And he was staring at me, talking, saying something, and I'm looking straight ahead like, it's one of those split-second things that you look at and you're just like, what's about to happen. Luckily, that car went off. The snow caught it, and it whipped it down into the ditch, and it wasn't a real steep one. It was a slow grade off the highway. So I know they were okay. And by the time he looked forward, he did like that panic where you grab the steering wheel and he goes, and I said, dude, just keep going. Because I knew we weren't locked in four-wheel drive. And I knew if he went to lock up the brakes, he doesn't drive the truck all the time, he's not maybe as seasoned as I am on the roads, we're going to go out of control, and we're either going to be in the ditch or plow into him or cause another accident. So luckily he listened. We kept powering through it. We got through it. We missed the car. Hey, thanks for watching the video here, but I wanted to step in for a second because I was watching it with you. Believe it or not, I'm watching it with you. I was thinking about that, though. I do remember when that car slid off. I remember after everything happened, I remember I got on the phone. Now, you got to remember, I was a pretty young business owner still. And I basically, I was broke. I was just broke. I didn't have no money. You know what I mean? But I remember that was one of those moments that planted that seed in my head where I told myself, oh my God, I don't know what's on this truck right now. I knew it wasn't full coverage. But all I knew is that this cat that was driving my truck was going to probably wreck my truck. Now, I just bought this truck. It was like a 2001. It was, probably about 10 years old already. 2001 Ford, like an F-150, I think it was, with an extended cab. And it was a heavy duty truck. It had the better leaf package on it. But I remember I was trying to get an employee. I remember thinking to myself, oh my gosh, if I let this guy drive this truck that I just spent, whatever it was, $6,000, $8,000 for it at that time, which was a ton of money. I mean, I was used to driving Ford Rangers. That he's going to wreck this truck. And so I remember I got on the phone with the wife, and I was like, you need to call the insurance company right now. I mean, right now. You need to call the insurance company right now and get full coverage on this minute, right now. I don't care what you're doing. You call and get in full coverage. And I just looked back and I just laughed. And I'm sorry if you're in that position right now. It sucks. I've been there. I don't want to go back there. I don't. It was a horrible feeling. Anyways, back to the movie. Video. Picture theme theater thing. Yeah, you get the point. Man. Another little story. Heading down the same highway. When we were doing lows, you have to combine a whole bunch of routes, right? You can't just spot them, right? You can't just go out to a job and come back to the shop. You just can't. You got to go out there and make a route. So you got to do like 6 jobs just to make it worth your while that day, or 4. It's whatever it is. It's impossible, especially with money right now and how things are inflating. You'll kill yourself. So anyways, we built the openers at the shop because that saves time at the customers. So when you're at the customers, you don't always know the condition. You don't know if it's going to be a dirty garage. You don't know if there's going to be a lot of crap in the way. You don't know if the customer's going to want to talk. I mean, quicker in and out, the better, right? I mean, no disrespect to the customer. We love our customers, all of us, right? It's just, it has to be, it's production, and production comes down to numbers and time. So as soon as you can get out, where I can build an opener at night and have it ready to go the next day. So anyways, we're going down the highway. I put these openers in bags, right? Because it might rain that day. We strap them on top of the truck, cruising down the highway, didn't think nothing of it, strapped them down, bags. Well, guess what the bags turned into? Bags turned into parachutes. So one of them, I look behind us, in the mirror. Holy crap, man! Thing's dragging. It caught, but it's dragging like a tail, and it's just whipping all over the highway, destroyed it. Now I think of it, I think my good buddy's got that opener. I think I rebuilt it a little bit. I think he did some work for us. I did a trade. I said, how about I get you that opener? I said, it's got a little road rash, but it's a good opener. It was brand new. And he agreed to it. I think it's been working fine. I think I did change out one thing in it for him. He had like a circuit board or something. Not circuit board, but the circuit board already got changed. It was the wall button or something bad. Typical LiftMaster glitches. So, that was a fun little adventure on that. So, anywho, I was just thinking about you guys while I was driving along. Some of the dilemmas that you go through. Another quick little one if you want to listen some more. I'm trying to beat that. I'm trying to beat it into your head that you have to stay close. I know it's really hard, especially when you're starting out. I've been there. You got to go scattered all over the place. But you really do need to focus down on close, local jobs. Because it's a lot worse, folks. It's a lot worse now than it was when I first started. It's really tough. I mean, it's really tough. Your margins, I mean, we got a customer right now that we're thinking about not even doing It's a commercial one, and it's just they take forever to pay. It's just not a good situation. By the time you get your payment in 90 days, the money's worth less. You know, that's what you got to think about. You got to think like big corporations and stuff. You know, your money is depreciating by the day, pretty much. You know, go to the stores. How many more dollar bills does it take to buy that same food? You know what I mean? How many more dollar bills to buy that product? Your money is being devalued, and so you got to be. You know, there's only a few ways to make money in the garage door business. Either raise the prices, you got to become more efficient. You make less money. You know, there's only a few options. You know, so you only have a margin. I mean, yes, you can increase prices, but you know, there's only a threshold. You can only go so far. So back to that story. So I remember it was a blizzard out, and it's one of those things you look back now and you're just going, you were a complete idiot. Just a horrible blizzard out. I remember we were doing a Lowe's. I was with another guy. We were driving the old Ford Ranger back in the day, and we had the door strapped up on top, had a little ladder rack and extension on it. It was a pretty cool little truck. I'll have to show you guys someday if I ever can find pictures. I didn't take many pictures back then, I don't think. But anywho, we're cruising out there, and all of a sudden, man, I get a tooth problem. You know, my tooth is just started. It might have started that night. I can't remember, but it's throbbing. It's like hot or cold when we leave it. I can't remember if it was both or just cold or whatever. But I'm just sitting there. I mean, you'd think I'm spitting tobacco because I'm just constantly sipping on a bottle. And it was just I was in so much agony pain. And I remember we got out to this one place about a quarter of the way. We had to go a long ways. I mean, we were going like an hour and a half, 2 hours away to install doors. Stupid. Just stupid. So we're going out there. My tooth is just starting aching. We get out there, and there's a semi and cars like off the highway. There's a semi jackknifed under the bridge, and I remember just like I'm in agony pain. And you know, these are the things you got to think about. You know, the customer just wants their stuff installed. They're not caring about your problem. You know, the problem that you're gonna have to go. You know, you're driving so many hours away. They just want their stuff installed, right? And that's fair. That's fair, but don't kill yourself. That's what I'm getting at. Don't drive those long miles. I'm telling you, it's not worth it. It's really not worth it. So, anyways, we go out there, we install it, we're heading back. I am in so much agony pain with my tooth. I go into this little med center or whatever, and then, you know, another thing is you always got to take other people's opinion, right? So this guy tells me, he says, he goes, you got a bad, something was, it was like, he goes, you got a tooth. He says it's basically, it's got pus, it's got, you know, and I'm sitting there just looking at him kind of like, dude, like, I mean, I'm not perfect, but I do take care of myself, you know, like, and he's just like, he's making it sound like this tooth is rotten, and I'm thinking, how is this, I just went to the dentist, how is this, like, so anyways, I was like, I don't know about this guy, I don't know who this guy is, I don't trust this guy, blah, blah, blah. So I ended up going to my dentist, and I said, hey, I got to get in, I got an emergency, you know, gets me in, good dude, and he says that, he's looking at it, and he goes, you got a bad sinus infection. And I'm like, what? I'm like, so one guy, and he's like, I'm telling you, he's like, and that's what I kind of thought, you know, and he goes, I had a lady in here, she cursed me out because she wanted me to yank her tooth, and she came back, you know, a month later or whatever, and, you know, apologized, and he goes, I can yank your tooth, and I was like, no, I said, I'm good, man. I said, I like my teeth. I said, if that's the case, I said, I'll just, you know, I'll take some drugs or whatever, I'll do whatever I gotta do. And it did finally go away, but it was in a weird spot that it just put so much pain in that area. And so, anyways, always get 3 opinions if you don't know. It's just a story of life. Don't always trust, especially if it's not somebody you do trust. There's a lot of stuff in life you gotta build trust with people. So anywho, I'm about to the vendor. I'm going to get my little sack of stuff, and then I'm getting back on the road. So anyways, I just wanted to tell you a little story today, thinking about the highway and some of the problems that we run into with garage doors and all that other stuff. And always strap your load. Strap your load. I had a time where I was driving. We put a strap, we wrapped it around. We didn't go across the ladder rack. The wind picked the door up, whoosh, smacked it on the side of the truck. Luckily, it didn't go flying off and hit somebody's car. It stayed attached to the vehicle, but since you only made one circle right here, you know, on the ladder rack, not across, the wind picked it up, flipped it over, and know, that was embarrassing. I couldn't get my car door open. Luckily, I was with a guy, so the passenger, he jumped out, got it flipped back over. I'm sure there was dents in it. I don't remember it being too bad, but just still not a good situation. So make sure you're always securing those loads, too. Take the extra time. It's worth it. So when you're slamming on the brakes or you got to, you know, get in a pinch where you got to stomp the gas, you know, it's wild out here, people. It's wild. So anyways, hope you guys are doing good. Like always, nice to see you. And we'll catch up with you on the next one. See ya.